It's your cousin Big Cass, Head Knocker TV. This story has been held on to since 2018. So there's a backstory to it. Um, I stand by one percenters don't tell the news, one percenters make the news. We make history. We don't sit around and take from other things and act like we're an expert and stuff and then snitch on other things. That's not what I do. So any of these stories are from some I actually went through, some I experienced. So I want to give a quick back story to what happened in Oakland. 2018-19, a documentary was done called Life of a One Percenter. It just documented my life. The Mongols played a huge part in it. The Vagos played a huge part in it. And obviously Chosen Few. And I just wanted to document what I feel Life of a One Percenter is. I live by the status of when you represent that one, you're not a color anymore. I don't do the set. Nothing against people that do it. It's just not me. I don't do the black set, the this set, because you don't hear the white boys calling it the white set. So it's nothing against that. It's just for me, this diamond has been on the back of my neck for well over 15 years. And I know what nationality I am, but as a biker, I'm a one percenter. And, as the hats say, I don't do any politics. But so this documentary was done, and I get an email from a beautiful brother. I'm not going to say any names in this. The brother that's in the video, he's no longer in the club. So that's why I finally released it. But I get an email from a brother from the Mongols. Said, man, I definitely love what you're doing, how you're telling your story, how you get down is. I heard you're going to be, I used to do this cancer run for my mom and dad. And I was on my way up to Seattle, then I was going to Texas, Utah, so on and so forth. He's like, if you pass it through, we'd love to see you. I'm like, done. That'll give me a chance to see some of the brothers from Chosen Few up in NorCal. And I was like, done, let's make it happen. So I don't bore you with the story. I said, okay, let's meet. They picked a spot in East Oakland. So I said, well, I'm going to be stopping over in Patterson and see a brother of mine first, and then I'll hit you after. So I do that, hit them. They're like, we're just out bar hopping. Now, it's not clicking to me. Mongols, Oakland, NorCal, then that other club. And I'm choosing not to say the other club's name because they chose not to be in the documentary. And it's just not fair for me to, there's always three sides to a story. Mine, somebody else's, and then the truth. So I'm not going to use the other club's name, but just kind of put two and two together, So I hit my man. Now, mind you, we're on motorcycles. So I'm jumping off. He's like, we're going to meet at a taco spot over in East Oakland. Now, I know East Oakland as the Murder Doves. Well, the spot they picked was literally like a rock throw from East Bay Dragons. So I was familiar with the area, but I also was like, man, that other club is like 8 minutes from here. So I get there first, I pull up, and I see about 8, Mexican cats on motorcycles. I'm like, oh, shit. I didn't see any colors, so I thought maybe they was just, on DL. And I get off, smile, like, hey, what's happening? These dudes just looked at me like a shitbag. I'm like, oh, well, fuck you then. So I sit back on my bike. These cats made some calls, got on their motorcycles, and I went and parked by them because I thought, remember, I'm not knowing who I'm meeting other than some brothers or some Mongols, but I thought, oh, maybe they don't have the colors on. And these cats made some calls. Not one of them said hello to me. They shook. My phone rings. It's the brother from the email. He's like, yeah, we're actually down the street, man. We'll meet you there. So let me tell you something about myself. As far as I remember, I always wanted to be a badass. But in my preteens, I weighed about as less as a teenage girl.
but I always had the heart of a warrior. You see, my birth mom hung around this club called the Chosen Few. I had a few convicts, so I learned my way around prisons on visiting days and having your cake cut up, having your stuff gone through, but, you know, it went with the lifestyle. So I became very familiar with criminal life. Very early. But when cats that she kept her company with came on, their motorcycles, you know, they came around, I was hooked. So at the present time, oh yeah, I'm an official badass chosen motherfucking few.